Hey guys, how's it going? Um, well, well, I'll start this very soon. I'm just waiting for Genesis to come online. He is running a bit late. He's almost done. Uh, but yeah, we're running slightly late. Sorry about that. Hey Jover, how are you? How are you doing, my man? But yeah, just to introduce this mod a little bit, let me read the description he has on his Discord page. So the official Discord link is the following. Invite people, invite link, never, no limit, generate, copy. And so this is the Discord link. If you want to check out what they do, they're a really nice community, quite cool people. And well, what is New World? Total War New World. Origin premiered almost a year ago. There's Total War Amazonia. It was a faction pack that did an Amazonian culture. They're really cool. We'll see them soon. Let's put some music. However, it ended up being more growing. There's Etruscans, Athenians, new Regic tribes. It's basically an overhaul mod, similar to Day, but not as big as Day. But trust me, the mods, the models are absolutely amazing. And it's, yeah, in fact, he says it's similar to Day and Rages, but instead of being focused on historical events, alternative reality of the ancient world with new cities, factions, effects, buildings, units, technology, UA visuals, major overhauls, campaign and battle, and the experience for hardcore Total War players. Just to keep in mind, this is done by one guy, one single guy, and I'm about to call him now. So you'll say hi to Genesis. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He'll introduce himself. All right, I'm calling him. Plus Germans.
Hey, what's up?
Hello. Say hi to the stream. I was just reading the introduction you have on your Discord.
Oh, well, hello, stream.
You have a total of 10 people watching. Actually, quite more people than I thought showed up.
That's nice, man. Well, hello.
So, yeah, well, you're Genesis, right? Or Genesee?
Yep,
Genesis.
Genesis.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can I ask you one thing? How the hell did you manage
Sure.
to do all of this on your own?
Okay, so, uh, about 1 year ago, I was like, because I love modding. I've been modding a lot of games, Arma 3 and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I want to mod Total War this. And I just opened the forums, and I had like zero experience. I had no idea what I was doing in Rome 2.
Yeah?
And then I opened the forums, and I opened YouTube, and I was like, okay, let's Rome 2 modding. Let's see, how do we do this? And the amount of pain and headaches that I experienced
I can
trying,
just imagine.
but over time I got the hang of it, and I discovered different like strategies to make it better. And right now I'm basically like, it's flawless. Like I would get on and within seconds just do it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So you really put your heart and soul into this.
yes.
I'm actually promoting this on some subreddits right now, so people would get to see it. Well,
Thank you so much.
let's spam it
Thank
in
you so.
Jackie Fish's. I'm not sure if he'll appreciate it, but yeah, there you go.
I tried to reach out to Jackie Fish more than one. Like I emailed him when like a couple weeks ago, and then I also emailed him like a few months ago before the build went public, and he didn't reply to one of them. So, uh, but oh well.
I'm going to just randomly message him now and see if what he says. I have never spoken to him before. Um,
Oh, it's okay, man. It's okay. Thank you.
this
I
mod,
just want to say something. I'm sorry that I kept pushing back the time. It's just
it's
that
absolutely okay. It happens. Sorry, I
things
was
have
a
been,
bit cranky
yeah.
myself. Like I'm a bit sick right
No,
now.
no, it's okay. It's okay, man. I hope you get
And
better.
no, it's alright. I had just lost two battles on Rome, and you know the rage you get.
Yeah, I know how infuriating it is.
Out as this guy deserves some more love than I can give. Oh god, that sounds so wrong. Okay, let's see if he actually replies. Let's see if he actually replies. All right, so
See?
let's get started. What do you suggest I first start with if I aim in the mod for the first time? What's the first thing I should look at?
Okay, so campaign or battle
Well,
or
let's
in
start with
general?
campaign. Let's look at what campaigns you have.
Campaign.
So
Okay.
I can see that you have 3 coming soon out of the bat.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the campaigns right now. I'm going to explain the ideas behind the campaigns I have. So I wanted to overhaul almost every campaign with a different setting or a new idea.
Yeah.
The grand campaign is going to be. It's still the same, but I'm going to be adding in all the new factions. You know what I mean? Like the setting itself.
All right.
What I mean by that is if you go into, you'll see that Caesar in Gaul has been changed to something called Helena in Gaul, and basically it takes place where what if the Amazon faction spread out and conquered Rome, and then after they conquered Rome, they decided to head into Gaul,
That's
and
so
then
cool.
yeah, and then the idea was
I'm gonna check
you
this
have
out.
these Amazons with Roman auxiliaries, and they have to deal with they have to go in and see what. So it's kind of like Caesar and Gaul, but here's where the big gameplay changes.
Yeah.
Aside from the new mechanics and things that have been added in universally to all the campaigns
Yeah.
and like the game itself, um, you can only train Amazonian and Roman units from the border. So the deeper you push into the Gallic territory, you'll have to rely on auxiliaries.
Okay.
And this also does one thing. You know how in like the old Total Wars, if you played any of them, you always wanted to like fight the battles because you wanted to keep your units that you can't replenish in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah, yeah.
and you wanted not to use them because you can't replenish them. Yeah, same concept here.
Similar
It
like
makes just auto
Warhammer.
resolving everything. Yeah, so the, your Amazonian and Roman units, you wanted to only use them when you had to, and you wanted to put your auxiliaries on the front lines. You know what I mean? It adds that aspect in there. So the deeper you push, the harder it gets. And because all the tribes are against
Holy
you,
crap.
it feels like it basically it feels like this massive like you have all like this big war and everyone's just like raging guerrilla warfare against you. You know what I mean?
Alright.
And the roles are switched. If you play as the barbarian tribes, the Amazons get a few buffs, so they're going to be very aggressive, and you're basically going to feel like this resistance force that's going to try to like unite the tribes and try to survive with this massive army heading towards you. You know what I mean? So it's in both cases, it's a pretty fun experience.
I can see that.
Um,
I'm trying to get a first battle. I'm looking at the Amazonian legionaries. There's normal Roman legionaries, then there's light cavalry. So you've modeled these models by yourself. You created these models yourself.
yep, all the units are custom.
Um,
The way
and
they look and the
okay, and you've built all of these different buildings. So Hoplite
uh,
Sisters. This
which
is
buildings?
extensive. Like so, you've created like all of these unique buildings for the Roman faction, or in this case, the Amazonian faction.
Oh yeah, there's unique buildings for all the factions. I'm gonna be adding more and more all the time.
Damn. And are you looking for people to help you out, or this is
Uh, Truth is, I prefer to work on my own because then I won't have to like I can do everything at my own pace. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just easier that way.
And the tech tree is
If
different as
someone
well.
the what?
The tech tree.
Tech tree, yeah, it's like I actually wanted to overhaul the tech tree for this. Like if you go into the I'm actually on the stream right now, but no audio, of course, so I can't
Yeah.
hear myself. So, but I don't know how long the delay is. But if you were
It
to open the
should
politics screen,
be
uh,
ultra low, so there shouldn't be that
yeah,
much delay. Politics screen.
okay, yeah, if you open the politics screen and I think go into families or
Characters.
wait, okay, never mind. I confused something. Okay, so in the Hannibal at the Gates campaign, and you'll see this in the Hannibal at the Gates campaign,
Yeah,
um,
because in this one
where
you can't really
because
change them.
yeah, because Rome and Greece have been colonized by Amazonia at this point.
Yeah.
So in Hannibal in Caesar and Gaul, the tech tree, there's this section that says support for Crassus, support for Lepidus, support. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
has different. Yeah, it's gonna be similar, but it's gonna be like support for the Amazonian families, support for the Greek families, support for the Roman
Oh,
families,
cool.
and and each one will give you benefits depending on what that faction is, or what that
That's
culture
really
is
cool.
generally good at.
So I'm gonna try and do the siege battle here, just to show. Oh wow, apparently we're going to lose.
Auto resolve is a lot more unforgiving in here, so it
Okay.
gives an incentive to fight.
So
Really.
you've really fixed the auto resolve issue that Rome has.
Mostly, yeah. Like it's almost always going to penalize you a little bit more than it should.
Yeah, gotcha.
But obviously, like if you're extremely stronger than them, it won't matter. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But,
yeah.
like, yeah.
But I imagine the Amazonian legionaries. Um, so I have to ask: are all the units female?
Not all of them. So the way the legend works is that like all the Amazon units you have in your army right now are pretty much females, except for the Roman legionaries.
Yeah.
But the way it works is that I wanted to keep it grounded in reality, so that nothing is impossible. So think about it. Instead of the only difference between the Amazons and the other factions is that it's a society that instead of the men gaining the upper hand, it was the women.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
instead
basically.
of the men making up most of the army, it was the women making up most of the army. Instead of the men being in charge of politics, it was the women. I mean, it's just believable that just
Holy crap!
one
These
culture
models.
group.
Wow. Are you looking at this, guys? This is absolutely fantastic. So you've individually made this armor, these shields, and this is on
Okay,
medium
so
graphics because I have a really shitty laptop, and I
no,
stream
it's
on a
alright, man.
laptop.
So most of the models, like most of the shields and helmets and all that, they have base models in the game. All right.
Yeah.
But new textures, new combinations of the models, new stuff like that that
Look at
haven't
that
been done
hair.
before.
Okay,
I've
wait.
done that.
I'm going to melt my PC right now. Let's see. Let's advanced options. Hmm. Okay, so let's go on very high or ultra. Yeah, let's go on ultra. No, actually, I'm kind of scared because last time I did that, my entire PC just melted down and shut down. So doing it halfway through a stream. But you do have. I got a question. Oh, you have a question. Where do the Amazonia got in the Grand Campaign? Do they have specific political policy, like the Amazons have political influence?
Not entirely sure what the question means. Not gonna lie to you.
Political policy.
Oh, hey, Holiday, by the way. Yeah, that's one of my admins. One of
Oh,
my,
Holiday is one of
friends.
the admins. Alright. Jover,
Yeah.
can you explain your question again? Maybe explain it better. You mean like their research policy? Maybe that's what he meant? They look like some Night Warriors with... you got the inspiration from Seminites, that's what he's telling you?
They are kind of inspired by the more primitive looking units that we saw in the Rise of the Republic campaign.
Okay.
Because they had this more, like they all had this colored bronze armor look. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of the assets have been either reskinned or based off of the Rise of the Republic aesthetic, if that's what you're wondering. So yeah, they kind of do look like the Italians and Samnites, if you're curious.
Oh wow, the AI comes outside the settlement. Okay, I'm just charging in. I just want to see them fight
It's alright.
and see what they do. And then maybe we'll check out all of the units in the... I like the screaming, that's nice. So,
Hey, so
yeah?
there's a lot of factions. You know that, right? Like there's all the new factions, like the Etruscans and
Yeah, I did see some of the Etruscans.
the Atlantines. Yeah, and I'm adding more and more. Like there's a lot of. I have a huge list of different cultures that I want to add. Like
Okay, so you're building this slowly. Do you make any money
Yeah.
doing this?
okay, so I haven't made any money off of Rome 2 at the moment, but
Okay.
I do mod other games, and I have a Patreon, and I have made some money off
All right.
of that. So-
Maybe give me the Patreon, so like the link, so I'll put the link down below.
oh my god. Okay.
I'm,
Sure. Thank you.
again, I'm really small YouTuber. Like I'm really I'm just doing this because I really liked it, and Dylan wouldn't stop badgering me how amazing it is. The Big Disaster. He really liked it, and then like I played a game with him. Like I checked out one of the sub factions of the Amazonians. So let's do custom battle. So instantly see there's so many more. So yeah, and he was like, "Oh, this is amazing! You should check it out. You should do a review." And I was like, "You know, it's the best way to do a review of a mod. It's like ask the modder what he wants to see." So I can see
Yeah.
outright there are so many new units.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Men of Amazonia, Amazonian Royal Hoplites, Amazonian Royal Cavalry. I think that's what we saw before. There aren't that many bows. I see.
That many what?
Any bows, and Amazons are
Bows.
usually related to
Oh.
missiles.
Okay. So there's three factions for the Amazons.
Yeah.
If you look at the one you're right now, you're on the traditionalists.
Okay.
Now there's three of them. There's Amazonia, there's Nova Amazonia, and there's Amazonian traditionalists. Amazonia is more of a heavy infantry.
Okay.
Nova Amazonia is archery, and then traditionalists are like shock tactic, so like Volksman, stuff
Okay.
like that. So Nova Amazonia, that one right there.
1 second. Where's Nova Amazonia? There's this one. These guys have the bows, right?
Nova
Okay.
Amazonia, yeah.
All right. I see that.
You have the Royal Archers, Royal Horse Archers, heavy armored archers, stuff like
That's
that.
really
Yeah.
interesting. That's really cool. And let's see these stats. 150 range, 40 damage, of course. But then again, they cost 1,000.
Yeah. And there's only 60 of them.
30. Wait, 30 accuracy. Jesus. This is on large unit settings. Wait, let's go on ultra.
Yeah, there's only gonna be like 80 or something like that.
Yeah, still. It does make a big difference. It does make a big difference. So, custom battle. How many are there now? Yeah, 80. Still. I mean, 80 with 30 accuracy, that's absolutely nuts. I mean, even compared to the Amazonian Royal Archers, who have only 5 accuracy. That sounds crazy,
those
actually.
horse ones are really good.
It sounds really crazy. And then there's Atlantis, I can see here.
Yep, and there's Etruria, with the Etruscans.
Actually, where are they? Because I clapped Dylan on that. There's this faction as well, but they seem to be kind of like a Swebby-like faction.
Cheruski? Yeah, basically, okay, so there are vanilla factions that I'm gonna make playable, and maybe each vanilla faction is gonna have like 1 or 2 unique factions,
got you.
unique like units. So, you know how like, for some reason we only had 1 German faction.
Yeah.
To Sweden. We didn't have any. Yeah, why is it only 1? You know what I mean? So same with the English like the British factions. We only have the Iceni. Why?
Yeah.
Maybe give us some of the other tribes as well. So I'm gonna that's something I'm making too.
I think they kind of were looking. Okay, well, let's do this battle and see the units fighting. I think they were thinking of doing more DLCs, but eventually they stopped and moved on to. I mean, if you look at Warhammer, the amount of love and DLCs they're throwing in at it is just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That's a good game to mod as well if you're interested, because I love Warhammer.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah?
The thing about Warhammer is that I like the game, but what I did was I bought Warhammer 2.
Yeah.
I didn't have Warhammer 1, and I know this is gonna sound very like basic. I don't know what the word is, but I'm like the kind of person that likes to play as the humans more. So the fact that I didn't have the humans in Warhammer 2, it's just kind of.
But you can get them in Warhammer 2 as well. Like all.
Yeah, I know. I have to buy Warhammer 1.
Yeah.
I was like,
which is annoying.
I was like, and then I liked the more sandbox campaign. I wasn't a big fan of the whole Vortex thing.
Yeah, the Vortex
So it
campaign
just-
was a little bit. I mean, it's fun. They've improved it. They've changed it, but it's. It has its issues. Holy crap! So you took some assets here from the Scythians. I see.
Yep, because you see how they're located on the map, sort of like between the Scythians and the Greeks. That's where I put them.
Okay.
So they have like influences for both.
That's fantastic. This is really cool, and I like the shoulder pads that you did here. The small details on them as well. Their helmets are quite
Thanks.
cool as well. Which is very the area had that sort of helmet from the Bronze Age.
Yep, that's the. And do you like the? They're wearing like that breastplate, or like not the breastplate, but like the chest leather armor.
Yeah.
It was used in Attila actually. Those are some
Okay.
assets from Attila. And
Damn.
yeah,
These are really cool. I love the helmets. They're so unique. This must have taken you days.
I've been working on this for like a year.
No, I mean like days in work hours, like dozens and dozens and
Oh
dozens
yeah.
of days.
Oh yeah, hundreds of hours to be honest.
Damn, this is absolutely gorgeous. Like genuinely. Okay, okay, they formed up a single line. What are they doing? Okay, let's just. Oh, they're charging in. So these are the Germanic Scout Riders. Okay. Skirmisher Cav. Where are they? Like
You also
Peltas.
notice.
Yep.
You also notice that every single vanilla unit in the game has been reskinned to look a little more authentic.
Oh,
So
so
like if you were to go to any so they've every single unit in the game has practically been reskinned.
oh,
Like
come
all the
on.
vanilla ones. Yeah.
Okay, I can see the shields. Yeah, I can see that. Why is it
Yeah,
lagging so much? Jesus Christ. Guess there is a shit ton of units on the battlefield. Okay, just go charge in. Damn. And did you change their animations in terms of how they attack?
There is a few changes. So some animations from Attila have been ported in.
Okay. So you can do that.
Yeah, because they use the same skeleton models. Like so basically just port in the animation file. That's all you do.
All right.
Is one other thing is that the way the animations play. Okay, so you know how sometimes you have these animations where you're in formation, and then this one guy starts performing this animation that ends up pushing him all the way to the back of the line, and it
Yeah.
just looks really stupid. Yeah, those have been removed.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Yeah, I like the fact that in some Total War games there is a weight mechanic, which doesn't seem to be present in Rome. Have you considered trying to implement that?
Yeah. So the weight obviously affects how fast you move, definitely.
Yeah.
There's also the mechanic that I'm working on, and it's more of a push and pull, kind of like how in Dividend and Para. So you know how in the hoplites in that mod you can like push the enemy using your hoplites and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have a similar mechanic, and how effective it is depends on the weight of
Okay.
both units. Yeah, and stuff like that.
Damn, that's really cool. No, this is honestly, genuinely really good fun. Like, I'm also noticing like the units are acting in a very balanced way. Like, we're not completely trashing the others right out the bat. So you actually try to balance it, not just because some mods just include these amazing stuff, which is fun, but it tends to be just broken.
Yeah, I believe in game design a lot. Like ever since like very long time, I've been like a big fan of game design. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
studying it. So I have reason to believe that my game design is pretty good.
You should contact Sega and ask them to work. Okay, my first question is where do they start in the Grand Campaign and how hard is their start? Policy meant what are the democracy? Do they follow a queen? Okay.
A queen, yeah. Grand Campaign, they start between Greece and the Steppe faction. And then I'd say they're... Depends on the difficulty you're playing. If you're playing very hard or legendary, or maybe even hard, it can be a bit challenging because you could get attacked from both sides. But if you're playing on easy or normal, it's easy. It's generally more of like a difficult start, but easy campaign, sort of.
Okay, still you get
Very hard
stabilized.
ones. Yeah, the hard ones are like Etruscans are very hard because you start out with Rome right off the bat.
Yeah.
You start like war with Rome. Rome makes soldiers really fast.
Yes, they do.
Atlantis is kind of isolated in the corner, So it's generally easy, but Atlantis doesn't have very good infantry. They're mainly very good at navy.
Where is
So you have
Atlantis
to pick your battles.
at?
Okay, so um, one of the proposed locations of the mythical city of Atlantis in Legends is the Gibraltar Straits.
Okay.
That part in between Africa and Spain. And I thought it would also be good game design wise because there are no Greek factions in that region.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Instead of just adding another Greek faction and another Greek place to fight other Greek factions, I put it
Absolutely.
somewhere unique. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. And it's
well-
pushing the colonies all the way there.
Yeah. And a lot more factions are on the way. A lot more cultures are on the way.
So what do you have
by the
in
way-
store? Yep.
I have okay. So cultures I'm working on like the Neregic tribes. So like the Corsicans and the
Yeah.
Sardinians, and the Trojans, and
Oh, so
What else?
you're competing with Troy.
yeah, I'm gonna put on Troy as well. Oh, like the game itself. Troy. Oh, let me tell you something right now. Aside from bringing the Trojans into the Grand Campaign, the Wrath of Sparta overhaul is meant to be the Trojan War. I haven't even started working on it, but
Oh, that was your plan. Oh, damn.
I've had that plan before Troy was announced. So yeah, I'm the original. Let's just hope it doesn't get taken down.
They shouldn't really. But
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Honestly, dude, like I would suggest you email Sega and TA and tell them, listen, I do this for fun. Maybe you guys want to give me a job.
I mean, I would, but I don't know how that will work.
Where do you live, if I can ask? Where are you based?
I live in Egypt, believe it or not.
In Egypt. Okay,
Yes.
that's really interesting. But
So
you
we
sound.
basically have the same time zone. Yeah,
Ah.
I know. I sound very American. I'll give a quick explanation why.
Okay.
So I live in Egypt, yes, but the schooling system here is what's called international schools. So you can
Okay.
have
All right.
American,
Okay.
British, or so I graduated with an American high school diploma, and so
That's really cool.
technically it is an American high school with American teachers and the American system, but in Egypt. And
So
obviously those
technically, I
are
can
on
speak to you in Maltese, and you might understand me.
Maltese. What?
Okay. I'm
Listen.
gonna. كيف انت سيهبي?
Wait, no, I don't know that.
Wait.
What's Maltese?
Maltese is, well, it's a Semitic language with a Romantic and English, having English influence. So it's
No, I don't know it.
okay. But you speak Arabic.
Yeah, I speak Arabic. Yes.
Okay. We had named Tita Erbo Hamza Sister.
You're saying numbers, right?
Yeah, there you go. It's similar. It's very similar. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. Where are you from, by the way?
Malta. Malta.
Malta. Ah.
You have any idea where that is?
Yeah, it's an island, right?
Yeah, it's an island in the Mediterranean. So we're very close.
In the Mediterranean. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Oh man, I'm actually really enjoying this because the units, even though it's Jesus Christ, that was a loud scream. He took this from the Amazonian fighters and the Cimbri bowwomen.
Which ones?
The voice
lines?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And when you go to the Etruscans, you'll notice like if you played the Rise of the Republic campaign, the
I have
Etruscans
not
are
yet.
playable there.
I
The
was hoping
Etruscans
to
are
start it
playable
tomorrow or the day after. Oh damn,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a very good campaign actually. I recommend you do give
Yes,
it a try.
I really want to try it out with the Eloye. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Iole.
Iole,
Yes,
there you
those are the Corsicans. Those are the ones that I'm going to move over to Grand Campaign soon.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fantastic.
So yeah. So
Holy
the
shit. Okay,
Etruscans have their own voice lines. They're like Sons of Lauren or like Etruscan Spears, you know what I mean? And those can be heard in the Grand Campaign as well. Playing as
Damn.
Etruscan. So in the vanilla game, the Etruscan League are basically just reskinned Romans.
yeah,
Sort of.
basically. I mean,
Yeah,
weaker
but
Romans.
Here they have their, yeah, but here they have their own like culture.
Yeah, of course,
And
of course.
if you zoom in, because I'm very proud of my my latest update. Zoom in on the Atlantean general. If he's still
Where
there.
is he?
It's gonna be that big blue flag that looks like a trident. See if you can find the general.
He might be dead.
I saw him. not there. There are the Atlanteans. There's the general.
This one?
There, he's in that big blob.
Here?
No, to the left.
Left.
Left from there. Behind.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Left, right.
There he is.
Where?
The guys with the capes.
Can't
Those
see
you're looking
him.
at them.
Ah, what?
You're just looking at them. You're just looking at them. The Atlantean general. He's the guy.
Oh shit! Okay. Okay, found him. Yeah. Holy shit.
What do you think of the design? Poseidon's chosen.
Oh man. That is.
Wait. See, you see their breastplate and all that. Like I
Holy
love their design.
crap! Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, considering it's on really low graphics, like it's really nice, and I like the shields, the dolphins. That's really cool, man. That's really cool.
Thanks, man.
Like, I'm really impressed by this. Like, it's very beautiful island. I have friends that have been there 5 times. Links here from Malta. He's talking about Malta. You know, you could do a Maltese faction. You know, you could like do, like.
Is the island itself accessible though on the campaign map?
No.
Like, is there an island that I can?
There is an island. There is an island,
But-
but you could place a city on it or something. Call it the island of Calypso.
Thing is, you can't put down cities. It sucks about Rome 2.
Seriously?
You can only edit once they're there. Yeah. But in the more concentrated maps, like maybe in Hannibal at the Gates or something, or the maps that are more zoomed in,
Yeah.
there's an island I could add it in.
Hey, that would be great. Hilarious. Okay, so let's fast forward this because at this point, I mean, my cavalry, my general's 450 kills in. Holy shit! I've been picking off all his archers in the rear, but he's very tired. Yeah, but my laptop is struggling to deal with this because
It's alright, man.
yeah, just a gigantic battle. Quite messy because I wasn't really paying attention on, and I'm not really that good.
Why don't you try zooming in on the Etruscans too, seeing what they look like?
So where is it? Oh god, okay, there.
Those are the So you have the Atlanteans, and then there are the Etruscans. The Etruscans have this Greek-Roman mix.
Yeah. The Italian armor,
Yeah.
and it's very, very, very historically like heavy not the history in this, because this is what they used to wear at the time, and this is
Yeah.
like
Basically, the Etruscans are pretty much as realistic as you can get in here. The only difference is that instead of being defeated by the Romans at this point, they're still
fighting.
going. They're still,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're still kicking alive. and
Exactly.
kicking. Okay, it seems we've broken through this side. These Amazonian elite infantry have done some work. They're basically like Praetorian Guard, from what I understand.
Yeah, they're basically the most powerful infantry unit for the Amazons. The Amazons get the Legionaries, which thing is, they have different abilities. Like for example, the Legionaries get more attack,
Yeah.
but those ones get more defense. And the Legionaries can form to pseudo. These
Yeah.
ones can't. So it
These
depends
guys
on
have
your
shield
playstyle,
walls.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you breaking? Okay. My entire unit broke just now. No, okay. His unit. Okay, his armies are breaking. Yay, we won!
Oh,
And
that mass route.
I was like, why are you breaking? Damn, nice. And battle. Let's see the results. Yeah. I mean, overall, the Fluxmen, like they're all wow, 400 kills. That's absolutely nuts. I like that you actually did such a variety of units, and I mean the Atlanteans did the best on their team. The Germanic tribe didn't do that good, which is they had tribeless warriors, which is like I imagine plebs.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Tribeless. Yeah, they're basically like plebs.
So that's really nice. And Wrath of Sparta, I don't own Wrath of Sparta, so I can't play it.
But it's not ready yet. It's not
oh,
ready
it's not
yet.
ready
Anyway.
yet.
It's
Okay.
yeah, it's still gonna say coming soon. It's gonna be the Troy thing. I haven't even started it. I haven't even started working on it, so it's gonna
Okay,
be.
so I'm gonna have to buy Wrath of Sparta just for you. So OT, pretty impressive, honestly. Does CA Sega have an IDE or modding tools which they released, or is this all by using some other IDE such as Visual Studio?
Yes, there is an assembly kit. It's the modding. The only problem with it is that there's so little documentation that everyone basically figured out how to do everything through the forum. So it's kind of annoying how there is no official documentation, but there are modding.
And
Makes sense?
that does sound right. Did you do the historical battles?
No, I have no idea how to edit those.
Okay,
or
alright.
to add ones. Yeah.
So this is honestly, so let's look. Rome is still Rome in the Grand Campaign. Carthage is still Carthage. Then there's successor kingdoms, and then you have Men of Italia.
Yeah, those are the Etruscans there.
Yeah.
Maybe I could add
independence.
like something else.
Yeah.
I might add more factions into the Men of Italia thing, but like.
You
as
could add the Semites.
Samnites, yeah. Problem is, I don't know where I would put them without taking away too much territory from Rome. I mean, I could give them Brundisium, but like,
yeah, I think giving them Brundisium would be a good idea, because then you give an extra army to Rome or something.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Actually,
because that would be interesting. Gallic tribes is the same. Iberian tribes the same. Nomadics. I noticed you introduced Cyprus. I'm not going to pronounce that.
Greek
and
cities,
Syracuse.
Yeah.
Syracuse was there. These two were introduced. And Rhodes.
Cyprus, Knossos, and Rhodes. So basically, they have the same unit rosters that they get by default. But the thing is, like, if you play as Rhodes, you can get Rhodian slingers. If you play as Knossos, you can get Cretan archers. You know, as usual.
Yeah.
And then you have the Amazon factions.
Can they confederate into each other?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's fun. That's always good. Balkan tribes, they're the same. Hellenic colonies, of course there's Atlantic.
That's where there's Atlantis, yeah.
Okay, so you've wiped out these factions.
Yeah, the Gaetuli, or whatever they were called. It's this minor faction.
The most annoying faction in the game.
And Nova Carthago was not removed. It was just, as you can see, they have a city north and a city east. So they weren't removed. They were just...
They're still there.
Yeah.
The Gaetuli are just so annoying. Just very...
Yeah, I mean, all these factions, they're just minor factions that do nothing. So those are the ones I'm replacing.
Yeah, that's you have to do something. Would be cool to have some Scots introduced as well.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's the plan.
Damn, I'm genuinely impressed. I hope people in the live stream enjoyed this. Do you have anything that like you want to we haven't covered? Maybe you want to discuss or want to highlight?
Let me see. I mean, you could show the unit rosters in detail, like scroll through the roster, look at every unit.
Yeah, all right. Let's do that.
And the custom battle menu. Yeah, just to, like go through the new factions and then read out the names of the units, I guess.
So
that's all.
Oh wait, okay. Amazonia. No, we already did traditionalists. So now Amazonia and where are the Amazonians? So let's start with this. There is Amazonian Royal Spears, Amazonian Royal Cav, Royal Hoplites, Men of Amazonia. They seem to be the same as the Royal Hoplites.
Yeah, but in the campaign there's a slight difference. The Royal Hoplites, they get the bonus because they're females, and the Amazons have that like female bonus that they get a little extra XP at start. So
all right.
You can't see the difference here, but it's a.
Then the Amazonian Royal Swords and Royal Peltas, Levied Men, Amazonian Infantry, Ex-Warriors, Armored Infantry, Amazonian Villagers, so they're like slaves, I imagine. They seem to have slave. They actually have a lot of armor. Dude.
Hey, I think I may have lagged out for a second.
Yeah, I was saying, Amazonian Villagers are broken strong.
Really?
Dude, 51 melee defense and 45 armor, and they cost 190.
But look at their attack.
Yeah, but you don't need them for their attack. You just put like you put 5 in front and just have 20 archers. Damn.
Okay. Yeah, I may need to.
Yeah, you might need to tone down their armor a bit, because they have almost better armor than the militia and the town guard. That is insane. That is actually broken. You also list down their shield, and they have Pila.
Yes.
Holy shit! This is absolutely broken. Okay. Citizen Hoplites, Spear Sisters, Hoplite Sisters, Amazonian Spear Sisters, Royal Hoplites, and Amazonia. Pike. What are short pikes?
They're pikes, but they're shorter, so that you can like it can go up against other units, yes, but if they go up against normal pikes,
So you've actually
literally,
shortened the spear.
yeah. So literally, the other pike is like if a normal pike unit goes up against short pikes, the short pikes would get like 0 kills because all the other pikes
Oh
would be
damn.
hitting them before they get
Okay,
close.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
it's like a cheap version. Yeah.
That would be cool if you could increase their bonus versus large then, because then you could, like maybe they'd have like something like a halberd more than so the pike. But again, I'm just talking.
I see.
I have
Yeah.
no clue about this. Amazonian archers, Amazonian skirmishers, do they stay the same? Lancers, Royal Cav, which we saw is absolutely insane. Heavy Cav and light cavalry, horse archers, and is Egypt and the other factions a bit more historically accurate? For example, in history, Egyptian units were quite close to Roman units after Cleopatra.
Well, at this point in time, which was in 272 BC, like in the Grand Campaign,
Yeah.
Egypt was very Greek, so it was Ptolemaic Kingdom, so they're very Greek at this point.
Okay.
But I'm gonna add a faction, okay? You know where that small African faction, I think it's called Axum or something like that,
Yeah.
in South Dakota? Yeah, I'm gonna replace that with native Egyptian like refugees, I guess you could call it, so that they have more of a native style. So it's basically going to be like Rome 1. They're going to have a roster similar to what was in Rome 1. So it will be like, what if Egypt was never colonized? What if
Okay.
it stayed their way and they were all like had these like pharaoh-looking units and stuff?
So
And
Krypton of chariots.
not necessarily. I'll balance it out, of course, but they'll have like more native Egyptian units.
Mm.
And their first objective would be like reclaim our home back from the invaders, you know, stuff like that.
That's cool. That's cool. That's really
So
cool.
there would be a big variety, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not replacing any of the major factions. So normal Egypt is still going to be there. All the vanilla factions are still going to be there. It's only the small minor factions that no one even knows they exist. Those are the ones that are going to be replaced.
This is really cool. I mean, these heavy archers, royal archers, armored archers. Basically, what they have a difference is that one of them, the royal archers, can fight in melee, whereas the armored archers are slightly weaker in melee.
Yeah.
Amazonian
there's
lancers.
actually a little bit of an issue. The armored archers are supposed to be better than the heavy archers, but I accidentally switched around the price.
Oh.
So if you look at the armored and heavy, yeah, you'll notice that. Yep, I haven't fixed that yet.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the stream. They will also have Hellenic units or only ancient Egyptian. Well, the word ancient thing is okay. So they're going to be based on the style of Bronze Age Egypt, but obviously they're not stuck in the Bronze Age. They have advanced, so they're going to be a lot more advanced, but just less Greek styled and more native style.
It will be more
So
like
they would-
Sudan style. Pretty
I
much.
guess you could call it that, yeah. I mean, imagine, just think about it. What if Egypt was never colonized by the Greeks and the Persians and all that,
Yeah.
but it kept advancing?
So you're basically
Think about
talking
that
about
in your head.
the old kingdoms which were pushed out of Egypt into the Sudan area.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, actually, we kind of have Kush. Like, Kush is sort of based off,
Yeah.
off of that. But what if it was even more Egyptianized?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, it's your
Yeah.
home country. You
Yeah.
should make sure that they're fantastic.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm gonna name the faction, but I'm thinking of naming it Kemet, which was the name that the ancient Egyptians actually called.
Okay.
Means the black land, the black land, or something like that. It has to
Alright.
do a reference with the Nile, I think, in hieroglyphics. It's I don't know. It's I mean, obviously, I don't speak Pharaoh, so
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't speak ancient
Fair
Egyptian,
enough.
so
Poseidon's chosen. This unit is fantastic. It's like absolutely beautiful the way you designed it.
thanks.
All of these units are really well designed. Trident Fanatics. What do these guys do? Do they go berserk?
They're a lot like Volksmen, so they have a charge that is feared by the deadliest of soldiers.
Holy shit,
But if they
48
stay
charge.
Yeah, but if they stay in combat for more than 10 seconds, they'll get destroyed.
I can see
So they're more of a flank. Yeah, they basically use them the same way you use Volks.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Beehive Onager. These guys stay the same, the Cheshuri. You didn't add anything to this yet.
Cheruski, yeah, the Cheruski are the same right now. As this way.
And Eturia, Etruscan Nobles, Heavy Hoplites, Cohort, Manipular Infantry, Heavy Hoplites, Thrower Spears, Spear Manipul, Spears. They are lacking some missiles, but again, that's probably part of their faction.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe I would add like one more, like, since the Romans were very javelin based. Like
Yeah.
most of their, I might add like one specialized javelin unit.
Yeah, that would be
have,
cool.
Like, copy the Romans.
I like that you put my favorite cavalry in them, Companion Cav.
Companion cavalry.
Jeez,
Yeah.
they're so good. They're just so good. And I like that you limited them because they can be broken.
Yeah, all the mercenary units are limited, really.
That's really cool. Honestly, I'm really this is something you guys should check out. Rome to New World. If you have any other questions, ask Genesis now. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up, and hopefully, this will be a way for people to have an idea about New World, which is outstanding.
If you could put the Discord, like put a Discord invite link or something.
I already put it. I'll put it in the description as well.
Okay, awesome. Because that's where they can basically ask any question.
Yeah,
and see
let's
all
put it in the.
And I
files.
also sent you my Patreon just in case you want to look at it.
I will post it here as well. Join. So let's like join Discord, and bait. I'm spelling this completely wrong. Dyslexia for Genesis. I still haven't had a single person get on my Patreon. So
Soon, dude. Soon.
yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for now 5 months, so I'm still very, like I'm really starting. I just started.
Yeah, dude. When I first opened my Patreon, I was running a mod on Armor 3, and it took me like what 4 or 5 months to get my first patron. So
Yeah, exactly.
I have
so.
3 right now.
Hey.
3 really good supporters. Yeah. But like yeah, it takes time, man. Don't rush it.
New World. That's it. Boom. Emilio is going to try it. Absolutely. Emilio really loves his mods. Also kind of sword that has a mix between Kopesh and the Greek sword. I saw it some time ago and it looked pretty cool. It is very cool. I mean, you should really try it out. We could even do a couple of battles. Maybe we can organize that at a later date. But I think for today we can call it a day. Thank you so much, Genesis, for this. I've really enjoyed this. This was an experiment for me, but it seems to have worked out. We got a decent amount of people coming and checking it out. I mean,
yeah, I'm glad, man. I'm happy.
We had 14 people at one point, so that's like really high for me.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you have further questions, check out his Discord. Go support him on Patreon. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and bye bye. And the stream is